Live time. We've been on like summer break, I feel like, for a few weeks here and our own summer vacations, but we're back. It's Wednesday night. Greg and Marcy, how are you doing this lovely evening?
I'm doing lovely. It has been a fun day for me because it is my daughter, Courtney. It is her 18th birthday today. So I
Whoa, happy
stayed up.
birthday.
I know. Happy birthday, Courtney Rose. I actually just got off the phone with her and said, I got to go live. But I stayed up till midnight so I could wake her up and be the first one to wish her happy birthday. And then today has been all about getting the fun ready for she and all her girlfriends to go celebrate this evening. So I'm a little nervous that I'm here while they're doing who knows what kind of mischief they're getting into. But it's been a really fun day. I know you've had an extremely busy day. How are you holding up?
This is my third live event of the day. I've been sleeping in my own bed for 3 nights now, which is good. We've had 2 weeks of baseball tournaments. The good news, my oldest son Colton, he's on a really good team, but they just won the Southeast Regional, so teams from Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Florida. So they won, and now they get to advance to the World Series.
Oh my
the Big
gosh!
World Series. So we'll be going to Indiana or not Indiana. That was last year. It's Alabama. For Florence, Alabama, for 9 nights for the World Series. So, lots happening, but really excited to be back on track. For 4th of July, we didn't do a launch day on 4th of July at Grommet, so we launched 25 products last week. To kind of make up for that. And we have some really amazing ones here tonight. And the cool thing is you can win some of them as we go tonight. So, Marcy, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the giveaway? Let me pull up that QR code since me and you are flying solo tonight. No producer this evening.
Yes, I know. We're without Jen, so wish us luck with this one. And I see already Candy is on. Hello, Candy. And she's wishing my daughter Courtney a happy birthday. So thank you for that. And yes, as on every Grommet Live, we love our giveaways. And we are doing 2 of them tonight, like we always do. So 2 of the products that you are going to be seeing tonight, 2 of these new product launches, we are going to be giving away at about the halfway point. Either Greg or I will give away our favorite product of the show, and then we'll do the same at the end of the show. So if you have never been here before, if you don't know how to enter to win, all you have to do is get out your phone, take a picture of that QR code that you're seeing right there, and then just quickly enter to win, and you're all set. But because you are watching this live, you are getting a second chance. You're doubling your chances of winning tonight if all you do is put something in the chat that says, I want to win, or giveaway. Or better yet, Greg and I love it when you tell us which of the products you want to win. So it's always fun because near the end, we're getting a lot of people chiming in with what their favorite product is. And so that's always super fun for the makers too. And hi, Sherry. Great to see you too. And she just doubled her chances. So good luck, Sherry. Anyway, that brings me to the chat in and of itself. So if you have not been here before, if you've never done live shopping before, it is all about the chat. That is what makes this so much fun, so different than shopping any other way, is that we get to interact live with you guys. So if you see something you like, if you have a question about it, you want to see something closer, maybe you have it, you've used it, and you want to share your experience, you get to do that in the chat. And Greg and I are going to do our best to keep up with every single one of them. But what we love is when that chat is rocking and rolling and super active, because what that does is that signals to all the social media channels that something exciting is going on Grommet Live. And so what do? They push it out to more and more people all over the world. And what does that do? That helps our makers tremendously. We have 7 products tonight. I'm hoping that all 7 makers are here with us tonight. And this is huge for them because people that have never heard of their products, never seen their products, tonight is a chance for us to get it in front of so many people that they would have never otherwise had eyeballs on. So we need your guys' help. So as much as you can get the chat going, we appreciate it. And it's always so fun when the makers are here because they start chiming in and answering questions and all of that. So it's really great. And Greg is going to go through sort of the logistics of how to upvote. In fact, there he is. So I'm going to let you do that and how all that works. So go for it.
Yeah, so much happening tonight. So every product that you see tonight will pop up a QR code onto the screen. And with that QR code, it gets you 20% off every single one of the products. And we have some really cool stuff. You can kind of see some of it staging behind me. 20% off. That is a Grommet exclusive discount. A lot of these brands either don't do discounts at all, or maybe it's like 10% off. These are big 20% off discounts just for you guys for, upvoting their products on Grommet. And the cool thing about upvoting products is not only do you get the 20% discount, but every upvote helps these products to rise up to the top of Grommet's charts. And the millions of shoppers that come to Grommet want to see what is new and what is trending. And so the more upvotes that you give them, the higher they get on the feed, the more exposure that they get, and yeah, the more sales that they get to help them to grow their business and get their invention into the hands of even more people. So those upvotes matter a lot. And it is going to be really fun tonight. So let me bring Marcy back on and let's kick off tonight's show with our very first product of the day. Now, unfortunately, I don't have this one in my hands, but the maker is in the chat, which is awesome. I just saw they just popped in. Marcy has the lowdown and the scoop, and this has been a Grommet favorite forever. I'm pretty sure they're OG Grommet. They've been around forever, and they have an incredible product. We're talking about the Screencraft personalized beverage server. Guys, that QR code, it's that way. I'll get it. It's only been a year of doing this. I'll get it right soon. The QR code is this way. You hit that QR code, it's going to take you to their page on Grommet, get a super awesome discount. But Marcy, show us this beautiful product and why everybody needs to check out what Screencraft is up to.
Well, this is a very happy day for me. I feel like it's actually my birthday because I get to show you guys this, and they sent me this. And not only did they send me this, I'm going to show it to you in just a second, but they personalized it for me. So I am in heaven with this. And let me tell you why. I actually discovered this a while before we started doing, or before I even connected with Grommet. And I saw it online, and I made this was, oh God, I don't even know when it was, but it was at the top of my Mother's Day wish list. That's all I wanted for Mother's Day, was the Screencraft tray. And I must not have been a great mom that year because I did not get my tray. And I pretended to not be upset about it. But now I can tell you guys all that I was a little upset about it. So when I saw that it was on Grommet, I was so excited and said to Greg, we've got to feature that. I've always wanted one. So this is my moment, and I'm excited to show you the one that they just sent me. It is gorgeous. And so this is basically a beverage serving tray. And this is by a company called Screencraft. As I mentioned, they're out of Rhode Island, and they have made this exquisite, beautiful, stunning, high quality beverage serving tray. And I love to entertain. I love the outdoors this time of year, the beach, the parks. I mean, for me, where I am, the front patio, just bringing beverages out and trying to balance all of the different wine glasses or martinis or whatever it is that you're serving can be challenging. So with this beverage server, this hole right here, this is where your wine would go. And oh my goodness, I happen to have some right here. So that's where your wine goes. Or maybe it's a martini shaker and you're going to do martini glasses. And then, just because I'm balancing with one hand, I'm going to take it down for the moment. And then this slot right here, you can fit up to 4 glasses, and it perfectly balances them. And it just looks so cool. So they just slide right in there, grabs onto the stem there. And then you've got your wine right there. And then you can carry the whole set out or wherever you're going with it. And it just is such a stunning way to serve beverages to your guests. And I'm going to take this off again just to show you how beautifully made it is. And these are made to order. This is made out of a mango wood that is so stunning. And as I mentioned, just so high quality. I mean, everything about it, there's sort of a texture to it. It's a beautiful wood. Let me show you this side of it. And then they have different designs. So when you go to their website, there's all kinds of really beautiful designs to choose from. I'm quite a beachy nautical boat kind of a girl. So I chose the compass there. And then you've got my last name there, and then where I live, which is Balboa Island. But you can personalize it any which way. I'm just in love with it and so excited to finally have it. And of course, when I'm looking at it and thinking, you guys know I love gifting. I'm always trying to think of clever outside the box gift ideas to give people. And this to me is everything. This is so perfect for that. So perfect as a wedding gift or a housewarming gift. It is or just birthday or anything. Anybody that loves to entertain, maybe somebody just got a new pool or just redid their outdoor patio or outdoor deck. What a fun gift to give. And look at all the different ways that it's being used. There's some, it looks like cosmopolitan martinis right there. Love that. And there's some of the different designs that they have. Again, so many pretty, pretty designs, and so fun that each one of them can be personalized. And with that Grommet discount, that 20% off, it brings it. I mean, this is one of those items where you want to grab that 20%. You want to get your camera out and get that, because that brings it down to $80. And I know that's still not, it's not an inexpensive item, but when you see the quality, when you think of the fact that this is handmade, it is basically, as I said, made to order, personalized. I think $80 is an absolute steal for this. And this is one of those sort of heirloom quality items that you will have forever. You will pass down, especially when you have your family name on it. And maybe you could do an established in whatever if you just move into a house and you get one. But I am so in love with it, and I just want to thank Screencraft for creating this for me, for sending this and allowing me to share it with the world, because this is an item that I think everybody needs to know about. It's one of those things that you would have, it's so clever the way it's designed and holds so much, but also so beautiful and such a special gift. So very honored to be talking about it tonight.
Yeah, such a great product, for yourself, or again, perfect gift. There's no one that isn't going to want to get one of these. It will be something that's remembered for a very, very long time. Big Grommet discount. These guys, so they launched a few months ago. They've already got 489 upvotes. Very popular product on Grommet. And this is one of those products that, like Q4, like gift giving season, like this thing just does incredible. This team, you just love working with them. They're always a pleasure to work with. And Marcy, I think you did them plenty of justice tonight. So what I need you guys to do right now, I did it right the first time. Look this way. Hit that QR code. How you do that, if you're like, I don't know how to do this, you get out your phone, you open the camera app, hit the QR code. It's going to open up their page on Grommet. We're going to want to give them the upvote. It's going to save you $20. Like, that's a big discount. And go get yourself one of these awesome personalized beverage trays. I can see you like hosting an incredible party using this. Like, it's so you. It's perfect.
Isn't it? I know. We have a rooftop deck at our house that I love to, have the girls over and do wine and cheese and all that on the roof. But it is so challenging to get everything up there. But this holds on to those stems so nicely that I can actually easily balance it all as I go up this spiral stairs up to the roof. So it's great. I love it.
Yep, I just threw a comment on the screen. They said they're actually doing free shipping right now. So, and this is not, and I ship stuff all the time. I know, Marcy, you have your own products you ship out. This is not an inexpensive item to ship. No. So take advantage of 20% off and free shipping. Screencraft, you guys are awesome. What a cool way to kick off today's show. And who knows? Maybe you could win this product later. You got to enter the giveaway. You have to jump into the comments and say giveaway. And who knows? Maybe this is one of the products that we give away later in the show.
Well, I just want to say one other thing is, because this is such a giftable item, maybe there isn't someone you want to give it to now, but if you grab that QR code and put it in your Grommet file, it will always be there. So when you're trying to think of that clever gift to give, you'll have that 20% off and be able to jump on it then. So even if not now, you can always do that later.
Love it. Thank you guys for kicking off the show today, starting Grommet Live on a high note. But we have 6 more incredible products that we're talking about here tonight. This next one, my kids are absolutely obsessed with. And I know, Marcy, yours are too. This is a really cool product. So when we first relaunched the Grommet a year and a half, 2 years ago, we looked for advertisers from people who had prior met on Grommet. This was the very first person that said, yes, I want to advertise on Grommet, on the new Grommet. He put his faith in us. Now, 2 years later, he just launched his second product on the platform. This is the coolest thing. So I have mine. It's over here. It's somewhere in the corner, but this is a chair right here that is called the Campster 2. The Campster 2 foldable chair. So let me pull this up on the screen. I will get Marcy back on the screen in just a second, but this is so cool because in like 2 seconds, you can unfold this chair and have it ready to go. And Marcy was holding it just a second ago, but it comes in the bag. It's this big, the bag. And as someone who is always going to, baseball tournaments, going to the beach, going to all these outdoor events and picnics and parties and barbecues, this is the ultimate chair that you want to bring to these different types of functions and events. And it folds down literally into this small of a bag. Throw it over the shoulder, throw it over in the back. There's all kinds of other cool things with this chair. Give me a second. I'm going to actually pull it up because it's really cool. I have all of tonight's products inside of the chair, of course. But there's really cool pockets here on the side, which I love, right? So things for think of like the phone, right? Take your cell phone out, put it right into one of these pockets. It's also got these little straps on all 4 corners where you can hook things, like hook a water bottle or hook your keys, or if you have a, one of the care binders or a multi-tool or anything like that, you can hook them to any part of the chair. And it actually comes with a hook on one side as well to hook a water bottle to or hook anything to. Perfect again for camping, for a night outside doing s'mores. My kids right now, all of them are in the gaming room, which is right next to the room I'm in right now. They're playing video games right now, and they're all sitting in this. We have like the most plush, like comfortable couch in the world. They're not sitting on it. They're sitting in the Campster 2 foldable chair. It is that comfortable. They absolutely love it. And so I'm going to bring Marcy back on now and see, what did you think about this chair? And I know your family is in love with this one as well.
Yes. Well, it was funny because as I mentioned, I stayed up till midnight last night so I could wake my daughter up and wish her happy birthday. So I'm up all by myself. And I thought, I'm going to practice, just open up this chair and see how it works and give it a shot. And so I did. And let me just start with, for me, the very best part of this chair is the fact that, I could lift it with 2 fingers. That's how light it is, guys. This weighs 3 pounds. That's it. In fact, it doesn't even feel like 3. It feels more like 2 pounds. So light. And so I thought, it's going to be this flimsy chair when I open it up because it's way too light to be anything substantial. Well, you open it up and immediately, again, so high quality, so meticulously engineered. The way that something so light can hold, it holds up to 300 pounds. So theoretically, a 300-pound person can sit in this just fine. It's amazing. And the profile is very small. When I opened it, it almost looks like a little kid chair in a way, but it's so not. And it's very, very comfortable. I'm so glad you're showing that, Greg, because you can see how when you lay back in it, and you lean back, you've got this sort of back support, super comfortable. I love that you're seeing all the pockets and all that there, the way the water bottle hangs. Speaking of a water bottle, this is really about the size of one of those larger water bottles. That's it. So packing it away, putting it into your beach tote, putting it into your backpack, packing it into a carry-on bag if you're going somewhere where you're going to want that. It is so great. And Greg goes to these baseball, all these baseball tournaments and things, and has, taking multiple kids. So you could carry so many of them over your shoulder or cross body, and they weigh so little, where I could never carry any other chair, multiple of them anywhere. This one, I absolutely could. So to keep going, I set it up last night at midnight. I go to sleep, wake up this morning, and my son, Colin, who many of you know, I talk about him all the time. He is an avid fisherman, loves fishing. And he is downstairs with the chair going, "Is this my new fishing chair?" And I said, "Yes," even though I hadn't even thought of that. He was so excited. And the reason he's so excited is, first of all, it's way better looking than his current fishing chair. He loved all the pockets, all of that. He loved the carabiner because he immediately was thinking of all the things he could hook onto that would be very helpful. But what he loved the most is the same thing I loved. He's like, "Mom, it's so light," because the one he has now, he has to lug over his shoulder. I feel so bad when he walks out that door to go to the dock because it's heavy. And so half the time he doesn't take it because it's just too heavy. This thing, and I know Jen put a picture up here, but I'm not seeing it. I wanted to show you because I took a picture of him walking out the door this morning with it because he just loves it so much. And so it's flipping brilliant is what I have to say. And to put it together, it is seamless, and it's going to be tough because I'm sitting down, but it's got this strap that holds it all together. Then you just open it up and you kind of hang it down. I hope I can kind of do it here. You grab onto this hook and it just kind of, all the pieces fall down, and then you just extend the legs and pop them into their spots and turn it over. So let me just show you how they, kind of lock into place just like that. And then there's another one, or you do the first leg. Oh God, I'm not gonna be able to do it while I'm sitting, but I think you get the idea. It just locks into place very quickly. It might take 60 seconds, maybe 2 minutes to put this together. And then you flip it over and you're good to go. And again, so comfortable. It's so smart. I mean, I think this is that chair that you want multiple for sure. I'm very grateful that they sent us 4 of them, because going down to the beach with 4 of them, going camping with 4 of them. My son just moved into an apartment with 2 roommates. They have no furniture. I'm like, ooh, this could be good.
Perfect.
This is their furniture. It's just so good. And it's that really durable, it's called that ripstop nylon. So it is not going to tear. And again, it weighs 3 pounds and holds up to 300 pounds, which is incredible. And yeah, Greg, you mentioned, I love all the organization that's built in, just super smart.
Yeah, I love everything about this. Like you said, the lightweight, easy to fold, easy to pack. You saw in some of the pictures, just the comparison, like it is the size of like a water bottle, like it's crazy when you break it down. Jonas is the founder, a super cool guy, great Grommet supporter. These guys have launched multiple products on Kickstarter, and they have gotten the crowd to fund this. Now they're getting the crowd to push them to the top. These guys right now are in the number 2 spot this week for launch week. They've got 228 upvotes already. A couple more upvotes will help you get it to the top. Hit that QR code. It's over here. That'll take you right to their page on Grommet, where you can see all those images I shared with you. Right now, they are sold out of the orange that you saw maybe in some of the photos, but the black one, I like the black better. It goes with everything. It's perfect. The black one is in stock. Huge discount, right? This is similar to Screen Crap that we just shared. $110 retail. You guys being part of the Grommet family, watching Grommet live, you don't pay that. 20% discount knocks it down to $88. I know we go to like the sporting goods stores, things like that. Like we're buying cheap chintzy chairs for $75 to $100. This thing is amazing. You will thank us and then go thank Jonas, because this is a great chair. Like Miss Marcy said, for fishing, for sports, for the beach, for I love it. Like when we do a lot of boating here, we have a lot of like these like little islands, we call them. They're like sandbars that show up in the middle of the day, but like this is perfect because you don't want to bring bulky chairs and throw them on like a pontoon boat that takes up all this room, but you put 4 of these in a boat, takes up no room whatsoever. You get to the little sandbar, pull these out, you pull out your sub safe, and you got a nice little sub, and you're gonna have a great afternoon. So
love that cross marketing.
Hey,
Great job. Also the same thing about RVs. Like any place where you're space challenged, to have these instead of those big bulky chairs is great. And I heard that they held a record for the amount of money that they raised on Kickstarter. The most funded chair ever on Kickstarter, I believe it is. I don't know how many chairs they've funded on Kickstarter, but evidently this is the number 1.
But this is the big one. Yeah. So go check them out. Jonas, thanks so much for being a part of Grommet, the Grommet launch. Wish you nothing but the best and hope to have you guys back again soon. Love that. Let's jump into our third product of the day. So I remember when this one came in and I was sharing it with the team, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this product is hilarious, but it's actually very useful. I have just above a toddler in the house. So I have an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 5-year-old. And they're all boys. So, we still make potty jokes like all the time, all day, every day. And so I showed this to them when it came in the mail, and we had a nice laugh about it. But in a serious way, we're like, actually for Ashton, he's going into kindergarten, like just making sure all his bases are covered. This is actually a really, really cool product. This is the original toilet mirror, and you're seeing it there. I have the packaging here because I want to show, yes, this is the name of the product. This is really, really cool. And it's for ages 3 and up, and I love their tagline. Did you read the tagline? Because it's the best. You can't wipe what you can't see. And that's when my kids lost it, right? Like it was perfect. brilliantly done. And so essentially this is a mirror that goes on to the back of the toilet seat when you put the toilet seat up. So, you know, as they're wiping, as they're doing their business, especially as kids, they're seeing everything that's going on back there, and they can have that clean tushy when they put their pants back on and go enjoy the rest of their afternoon. What a cool potty training, you know, little item here. Super inexpensive, right? Even at full price, it's only $15-16 with your Grommet discount, $12. I know, like, you know, as a parent going through potty training, you'll pay anything in the moment to not have to run, you know, do the mad dash across the house when they're like, I'm in the bathroom, and you got to go help them. And so really, really cute, really cute, really cool item here for those going through that, you know, potty training situation. I love it. I love the branding. I love that they're having fun with it. It's such a cool little product. What did you think, Mars?
Okay. Because I emailed you or texted you or something and said, oh my gosh, what are we going to say about this? Was kind of my initial thought. And then I did some research. I watched an interview with, and I'm so happy you guys are here inside the chat. Thank you so much for being here, because what did it for me was getting to know the people who created it and the reason that they created it. And it is Chris and Dana. I know it's Christopher, but I'm going to call you Chris because I'm guessing that's what you go by, but I don't know. And they're kids, and they had, at the time, a 5-year-old son. He's a lot like me in the fact that he is an inventor at heart and has binders filled with all of his inventions and sketches and all of those things. And he just felt like that is his bucket list thing, is he wanted to take an invention and bring it to life. And he did it. He did it in spades. And I am here to tell you, I would like to go on record and say, I think this is going to be as popular, if not more popular, than the Squatty Potty. And I'm a big fan of the Squatty Potty. And we all know the numbers that product did on Shark Tank and beyond. But here's why I love it so much. So he invented it for himself and his wife, with their son being potty trained. But his son was 5 at the time. And so, you know, he's technically potty trained at the time, but he wanted his dad to check and make sure that he didn't miss anything. And so he's thought, there's got to be a better way. Oh, what if I take a mirror and put it on the toilet? Then he doesn't have to call me in here. He doesn't have to be embarrassed asking me to wipe for him. So it can, you know, as the kids get older, it is embarrassing. And then the more he started thinking about it, and the more I think about it, this is so not just for potty training. Think of all the things that we do in the bathroom, and I'm just going to be real here. And if you have girls and they get their period at a certain time, and then they've got to figure out how all that works, this is going to come in handy for that. I'm just saying. And then as people get older, there become issues with independence and going to the bathroom and all of that. And so I did hear stories from Chris and others as well about people that would have given anything to have had this when they were dealing with some kind of recovery from an injury or something. Postpartum women that have to deal with that whole, you know, there's so many different things. And whether it's even just grooming and all of that, to have a mirror that is positioned so perfectly right there in the bathroom where you are in private is brilliant. But I am going to go back to the original reason that it was created, and that was really for potty training. And Greg said it a second ago. He's got a 5-year-old son getting ready to go to kindergarten, and he wants to, you know, feel confident that he can do this on his own. Well, guess what? Greg, if you're listening, you got to hear this. They're starting to pass bills, and it started in Utah, and I believe it just passed, where your child has to be quote unquote certified potty trained on their own before they're allowed to go to kindergarten, because teachers were quitting because they didn't want to have to wipe and check and all of that with kindergartners. So the kindergartners are not going to be allowed to go until they are quote certified. I don't know how the certification actually works, but it just gets you thinking about something that wherever you are, whatever stage you are in your life, something so simple, something that with that Grommet discount is less than, you know, just over $12 to have this. And it does come with adhesive to stick to your toilet right there. It comes with a great little cloth so you can always keep it clean, but it's just, you know, a slim silhouette. It fits right on the toilet. And when it's down, it's down. You don't really even know it's there, but it's there for those who need it. And I just think, Chris and Dana, what you have created is so smart, so brilliant. And what makes it even more brilliant is the way that you're marketing it. And that was my initial thought, is they've got to go kitschy with it. They've got to like have fun with the subject matter. And you're doing that in spades. And so much so that your videos have generated 28 million views, which is craziness. But it just goes to show that this is a relatable problem. This is something that we all deal with. So again, going on record, this is going to be, because they just, I mean, their timeline is incredible. I think they got the patent in February. They opened their Shopify store. I think I wrote it down in May, launched on Grommet in July. That's how fast they worked. Here it is. It is the original toilet mirror. Think of all the people, whether it's young, teenage, old, who can use it, and pick up several of them, because they are going to be collector's items, because this is going to be a famous product. Just saying.
I love it. Yeah. And echoing the pick up a couple of them, because, you know, we got 3-4 bathrooms. We want them in all of them, right? Because the kids don't stick to their bathroom in our household, at least. I love this. I love what you said. It's like the getting over the humps. It's so cool. And this is the kind of product that I love supporting, you know, makers like Chris and Dana. Like, I want to buy it from them, because when people ask about it, I'm like, oh, it's Chris and Dana. Here's the story. Here's what they did. And like, it means so much more when there's a story behind the product and you're invested in the story, and then you can tell everybody about it. Because look, parents are friends with other parents, and other parents are going through the same challenges. And this is great product. Love what you guys are doing. Great marketing. Go get that discount. I think they were at 70 something upvotes already for the week. They'll be well on their way to 100. And this is going to be a product that, yeah, this is an evergreen product, right? I think it's something that here at Grommet, we're going to be selling for a very long time, because there's always new parents. There's always, people with these problems, with these challenges, and hopefully we can play a small part in your story. Because I agree with Marcy. Like, I think this is a product that it's so simple, but it's something that, pretty much every 3 to 5 year old on the planet is going to eventually want, especially at this price point. So kudos to you guys. Great job. Thanks for being here on Grommet Live. Thanks for sending in some products. And yeah, just super excited to have you guys on board.
I want to just chime in one more final thing I should have said earlier on, is that for people that have a child with special needs, as I do, the bathroom, potty training, all of that takes on a whole different level. And so for anyone that, whether it's yourself or somebody else that has a child with special needs, this is just a godsend. I would have really appreciated having this back in the day. So I just wanted to mention that in case you know anybody that does have that. The other thing I want to mention is, because I think it is so smart, it's so simple, but so smart, I worry about it getting knocked off. So I'm so glad that Greg just said, it's all about Dana and Chris. You want to buy from them. And Dana and Chris, my advice to you is just get your story out there. And you guys are so incredible. I watched that interview with you, and you're just so warm and wonderful. And so nobody can ever take that away from you guys. You can't steal someone's story. So spend a lot of time and energy getting your story and you guys out there, because that's going to be better than a patent, I'll tell you.
Could not agree more. What a great way to end it. Thank you guys so much for being here. We got a lot more to go through here tonight. We got 4 more incredible products. We just talked about the kids. Now we got to talk about the other kids, which are those animals that live in our house who they got fur, and the fur gets everywhere. And I met these guys at the Pet Summit a few months ago. They were OG Grommet. They've been on Grommet forever, for years and years and years. And I'm so happy that they launched on the new platform. This is an incredible product. Again, so simple, but so cool. It is the Fur Zapper. What a cool name, right? The Fur Zapper. They also have the Lint Zapper that just launched this week on Grommet as well. That gets lint off of your clothes. But today we're talking about the dog hair. These things are so cool. And I didn't realize until I opened them, like, how sticky they were. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense, right? But, you open them and you're like, these are so cool. And it's so simple. You throw it in your washing machine and you throw it in your dryer, and it just zaps all the fur off of your clothes. So you have clean shirts, clean pants, no dog fur on anything. And you can go to work without your coworkers being like, hey, Marcy, why you got all that dog hair on your shoulder, right? And love these guys. Love this product. This is just, again, if you have pets, if you have dogs that shed, cats that shed, anything like that, this is like a no-brainer in the house. So, Marcy, tell everybody a little bit about the Fur Zapper.
Yeah, I do have a pet. I have a black lab, and this time of year with summer, with the heat, she sheds like nobody's business. It is craziness trying to keep up with all the hair. And so, in fact, again, as I stayed up till midnight last night, this was another one that I had some fun with. But I didn't put it in the washer and I didn't put it in the dryer, although I plan to for sure, because I do think that is so smart. But what I did is I went around the baseboards of my house where I would see Coco's black fur just kind of getting embedded in there. And I could never, my vacuum won't get to it. Nothing will get to that. And also the crevice in the stairs. The black hair gets into those crevices and it is torture trying to get it out. And right when I saw this, I didn't even read what it was. I didn't realize you're supposed to put it in the washer and dryer. I felt it and I knew it was going to be really, really good at grabbing that fur. And it kind of reminds me of that product. It's sort of a silicone that you put in your car, almost like silly putty, and you can get it in crevices and it pulls out the dust and all of that. It reminds me of that, but a little more firm. And so I was thinking this is supposed to be for my fingers. I thought this is how you hold it. And then you go like that along your baseboard or in the crevices of your stairs. And holy moly, this is one of those things I couldn't even take pictures of it because it would have been too embarrassing to show you guys because there was globs of black fur that came out. So obviously it was even in deeper than I even knew, but it did the job in a huge way. And so once I got started, I got one baseboard. I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I had to do another. Then I'm upstairs doing it. So that's just another way to market it in case you guys are on right now, because it really does a perfect job at that. But so now I'm excited to throw it in the wash and then the dry, because what I find, especially this time of year when there's so much fur going on, is that I have to wash my clothes twice to make sure I get everything out, especially if I'm washing like her blanket. She lays on the blanket and there's so much fur. So I'll end up wasting water, wasting time, energy, all of that. And so instead, when you evidently put these in the wash, then you put them in the dryer, you only have to wash one time and it gets it all. And then when you're done, you just rinse them off and reuse them. So completely reusable. I'm not sure how many uses you get, but I would imagine quite a few. Greg, are you seeing anything like that?
Let me look on the page. I got it pulled up right now. I was looking at the FAQs. And because you can wash them, I think you can use it. It's almost like unlimited, because the big thing here, I saw it somewhere, maybe it was under features. It's reusable, sustainable, non-toxic. So yeah, I don't think you need to buy new ones, right? Unless they like break like over time and you overuse them. But yeah, that's the cool part about them.
And they are very thick. And I mean, I'm just, yeah. And that's what I did is when I was done doing, doing stairs and it grabbed a bunch, I just put it under the water, did it again. So I love this. If you have a cat, a dog, any pet that sheds, and I would imagine it would work for, I know that they also have the lint zapper, which I want to show you because I really love these too. And these you just peel off. So keep these in your purse, travel tote, backpack, briefcase, whatever it is in your car. And before you go into that restaurant, or maybe you're in the restaurant and you're seeing some lint, you just peel it off, do that, and you've got the lint is gone that quickly. And for me, like those lint rollers, they work not very well, and you go through the tape so quickly. These are really great and have really, good adhesive on it. So really, really smart. Oh, and they are here inside the chat. Yay. They may get a little smaller over time, but the tackiness will remain. That's exactly what I wanted. And then they wanted to know, then they're also saying 200 to 300 uses per fur zapper. That's amazing. That's awesome. I really love these. These are, you guys, very well done. Really, really smart. And I'm sure I'll think of a million other ways to use them because I have a million other strands of fur to pick up around my house.
I love it. Again, great Grommet discount. $13 is retail. You guys are only going to pay $10.40. They have 1,287 upvotes on Grommet. Wow. This product rocks. It has been a bestseller for well before I came into the Grommet world. It will be a bestseller long after I'm gone because everybody has this problem. It's such a cool universal product. The last two products, so good and so inexpensive for the problem that it solves. We love everyday problem solvers. So kudos to the entire team. Scott, who I work over there on the marketing team, Michael, the founder. You guys do some great work, incredible products. So Fur Zapper is the one that you see right here. Hit that QR code. You can also go to Grommet and type in the Lint Zapper, one word, Lint Zapper, and you can find that one as well. Both products available right now on Grommet. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight and being a part of the show. We truly appreciate it. We have done 4 out of the 7 products. We have 3 more that we need to rock and roll with tonight. But before we do, we told you this earlier, we are going to give away 2 products tonight, Marcy's favorite and my favorite, one at the halfway point, which is now, and one at the end of the show, which will come just a little bit later. So we've done 4 products, and we want to give away one of them. Do you want to do the honors? Do you want me to do the honors?
Oh, gosh. I'll do the honors.
All right. So let's go. What are we giving away? Start today's show.
They're all so good, as always. Okay. I am going to give away a chair because I just think they are so cool and so well done. And just who can't use a chair like that? So we are giving away a sit pack. I would hold it up. Where's my bag? Anyway, we're giving away a sit pack chair. And in case you haven't already entered, you're going to do it right there with that QR code. And if you chime in the chat one more time, you're going to double your chances. So that would just be saying, oh, well, there we go. Sherry just said, I would love the camp chair. You asked and I have answered, but whether you are the one who's going to win the camp chair, I cannot tell you quite yet. I'm giving it just a couple more seconds because I know we have a delay. And I was just given the winner. And the winner of the camp chair is Charlie Armingtrout. And Charlie, I don't know if you are inside the chat or not, but congratulations. And our producer, Jen, will be reaching out to you very soon and make sure you get one of these bad boys. And you're going to love it. You really, really are. It's so cool. So cool, so useful.
Love that. And if your name wasn't called, hit that QR code right now, enter the chat. But more importantly, after you do this, enter that. You should do that. But then jump in the chat. Let us know which of the products you want to win tonight. Say the word giveaway, all of that good stuff. That would be awesome. We got a whole bunch of more people saying, I want the camp chair. That camp chair, I mean, there's a reason why they did so well on Kickstarter. There's a reason why they're doing so good on Grommet as well. Great, amazing product. And so Candy says, hooray to the winner. I love that. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. It is summer travel season, which means that I'm taking the kids all over the country with me. I'm taking them on airplanes. I'm taking them in, in the car. We just rented a car because we didn't want to take our cars where we just went. Like, we're taking the kids everywhere. And the one thing that can ruin a trip more than anything is germs and a kid getting sick, because who wants to be on vacation with a sick kid? We've done it before. Marcy, I'm sure you've done it in your lifetime as well. And, we really want to keep the kids safe. And when they're on these airplanes, there's so many, germs in the air and all these places, but the tray on the airplane, right? Like the tray that they are sitting on, that they're eating their snacks on, they've got their iPad, as Marcy's showing there. So many germs there, but also it's like small and compact and there's no place for all of their stuff, and they want to play and they want to draw and they want to color, and they've got 87 workbooks and all these things. They need a command center. And what these guys have created is something really, really cool. It is the airplane tray table cover. And not only is it a tray table cover, but like I said, it's got a place for your iPad. It's got a place. There's a really cool thing on the side where it can hold all of your markers and your craft supplies and all of these incredible things. I think this is super smart because as parents, when you're on that 4-hour Florida to California, 5-hour Florida to California flight, and those kids got to stay occupied, this is a really cool, like almost like a kid's command center, if you will. And it's also going to keep the germs away. Very, very cool product. Marcy, what'd you think of this? I know you do a lot in the travel space, and this is got to be something that's going to help moms out there to have a better travel experience.
So much. And I was actually hoping that you had yours flat, Greg. So if you were able to, or do you, I wasn't even sure when you, anyway, just to show that it's very slim when it's folded.
It is very slim.
So it's easy to carry and you can put it easily in a carry-on bag or a travel tote or something like that. Right. But it's also not, Greg's showing it right there. So it's very thin. So very, very smart how they designed the, so that it collapses down to nothing almost and then opens up to, I love the name you just said, the command center. That's what it should be called. And it's not actually just for airplanes, is what I kind of like, as I put it, laid it out, was looking at it thinking, how great for road trips when kids just get bored. They have no place to put anything. At least on the airplane, they've got the tray table. This just creates a tray table in any space where they are. And it could be, maybe you have a little one that, has to be dragged around to all the sporting events and things like that of their big brother or big sister. This can be brought with you there, and it just opens up and can sit on their lap. And as Greg showed, they've got all this organization to put games and toys. And here we've got some markers, an eraser here. This tray here is a whiteboard. So it comes with these markers, and then they can have fun just, doing art here. But because it's a whiteboard, it's so easy to clean. So if they're eating on it or drawing on it or whatever it is, it just wipes clean. And it's really cool how modular it is and how you can have it as complex or as simple as you want, because you saw I put a tablet in there, and you're seeing it going in right there. So there is that tablet holder, and it's got that clear vinyl, so you can actually use the tablet through the cover. But you can also take that off and not use that. If you're not bringing a tablet, you don't want all that, you just take it off. The other thing is they've got a drink holder, and same thing. This is something that you can add or leave out if they're not having a beverage or anything, and just open up that whiteboard a little bit more. And there's another little module that is sort of a just kind of an organizing tray that just lets you put, whatever else, little toys, Legos, anything in there. So it's so well designed and really has thought of everything. The ledge, even right here on the side, keeps things from rolling off. It really would stop pencils or pens or anything from rolling off. Brilliant idea for the airplane. In fact, my daughter Courtney and I were on the airplane a couple days ago. We went back for college orientation, and there was 3 kids right next to us that really could have used this. It would have made me so happy because they were screaming the whole time. It had nothing to do. And I just thought, when I saw this, I thought, ooh, they needed that. In fact, the airlines should stock these and hand them out to moms who need them. But just so that, it just makes the whole journey so much more fun for them to have something like this. So if it's for yourself and you have little ones and you want to make traveling easier and, just a little more peaceful and stress-free, oh God, what a great solution, but also what a great gift for anyone who has, is a mom of toddlers or a dad of toddlers. It will be such a welcome gift for them to get, because whether it's the car, the airplane, the train, the, sporting events, anything and everything, it just keeps them organized and keps them having fun. And that's a good thing for everyone.
Absolutely. The last thing that I want to show really quick, I'm going to pull up their Grommet page, because we have a ton of different designs that we are offering. So there are dinosaurs. There's just a black one, which is nice if you want to go kind of minimalist, to go with your camster chair, your black camster chair. They've got the airplanes, the unicorns, the mermaids. So lots of different options and choices there. And then the other thing, and don't know why I didn't look at this earlier, I just saw the price. It's $30 at full price. Grommet discount, drops that another 20%. I was very surprised. It's only $23.96 with your Grommet discount. All you got to do to get that is head to this page, click this, get 20% off. The magic happens and the confetti will pop onto the screen. You get your 20% off. That works for any of the products that we have talked about today. You get your 20% discount. Very, very cool. I really like that. And again, I think that that's really cool for anybody who's traveling. This might be something where you're getting 2, 3, 4 of them, depending on how many kids you got. Great job to these guys, and really thankful that they're on Grommet Live. And if you're summer traveling,
that is a crazy good deal. I can't believe how, honestly, when you think of all the different accessories you get with it, and wow. And
when you think of how much you pay for an iPad case, like, it's more expensive than that.
That's why I'm like, are you sure about that? Because it's got a strap that holds it in. It's a high quality too. All the materials, everything about it is top. So yeah, that's a steal.
Great job. Love it. All right, moving right along. Our next one, these guys have dropped a couple of really cool products on Grommet, including the Buttermill, which is one of our top sellers of all time. This one, they're back, and it is grilling season, so it is perfect timing. Even though we just missed 4th of July, we still got a lot of summer left. This is the Great Spatula. I love this. Super cool. At first I was like, oh, another spatula, great. But then I realized like why it is super cool and super exciting for those of you on the grill, because most spatulas, you know, they just lay flat, you go and you scoop, and you know, part of the burger or the chicken or whatever that it is, it just stays on your grill and it makes it hard to flip them, and you know, it rips pieces of it off. But because of the way this is with the little ridges here on the top, when you go into scoop, you actually are getting underneath the burger or the chicken, and you can actually grate some of that stuff off. And it is going to make it very, very nice to cook some hamburgers, you know, the rest of the summer. Still plenty of time to get your summer grilling in. Great product. These guys make very, very cool products that are very inexpensive, very user-friendly, and you know, big fan of them. We always, VJ from Max Space is always talking to us, and you know, just a great guy, and just excited to have another one of his products here on Grommet. So what did you think of our next summer grilling utensil?
Well, I'm laughing a little bit because when I saw that it says tear-free burger and food, when I read it, my mind went to tear-free. So I'm thinking, is it only for onions or what? How could this make sure that you don't cry when you eat? I couldn't figure it out. And then when I saw what it was, I figured it out. So just had to share that with you guys in case anybody else thought the same thing. But it's actually so smart. This is another one of those, the more I read about it, I'm like, whoa, that's really cool. Greg hit the nail on the head as far as, I mean, it's really nicely done. And you never know if that translates with the camera, but the quality of that, what you'll notice is that at this end, it's a little thicker. And so it gets a little bit more thin right here. It's very thin, as you can see there. And there's a reason for that. So I want to show you that. And the reason is, first of all, this is designed for tear-free food and burgers. But so what it does, because it's so thin, it really does get underneath the food. So you never leave any food on the grate. So all that goodness, that crisp, the seasonings, all of that stuff that you want stays intact. So whether it's steak or burger, whatever, it's not left on the grate. And so it's brilliant for that. But then what happens is, you're seeing in the video there, you turn it over and it then becomes a grate cleaner. And that's what those grooves are all about, is it actually seamlessly fits right along the groove of the grate. So it takes, and I tried it at home, it gets that gunk off your grill really, really quickly. And here's what's even smarter is they designed this to be customizable to your own grate. So what happens, because it is ultra thin, as you use it, it actually kind of grinds down to perfectly fit your own grill. So the more you use it, actually, the better it works. And so, I mean, I love it as much for cleaning as I do for actually flipping burgers and steaks and things like that. So to me, it's probably the best quality spatula I've ever felt, just if it was a regular spatula. But then it's got those extra, you turn it over and it's a grill scraper, and your food is not left on the grate. And then they added 2 more features I wanted to point out. Right here, these indentations, these are actually, they're called them spoons. And so you can get that, you know, the grease, the goodness, and pour, or sauce or whatever it is, and, you know, pour it almost based with it. So that kind of scoops up the juices and pours it back on. So I love that. And then this handle is very smart because this is also a bottle opener. So I love the any product that does more than one thing, I am all about. And this is one of them, definitely one of those. It does several things, but you'd never know it just by looking at it. So I'm so happy that you guys wanted to be on Grommet Live, where we can actually show you and talk about it and sing your praises, because it's very smart. Love it.
I love it. The last thing I'll chime in with here, that, you know, if you grill fish a lot, right? Like fish usually, like, they stick, it falls apart, especially if it's like a white flaky fish. This really helps to keep it together, being able to get under it and keep the whole piece together. So very cool. Great job. $24.99 is retail. You guys get it for $20 with your Grommet discount. Boom. Use that QR code and grab that tonight. man, just great job, VJ and the entire team. And of course, you can check out some of his other products on Grommet. The Buttermill is his best-selling product that we've had up forever. Love that product. And yeah, great job, VJ. And appreciate you being on Grommet Live tonight.
I love what Sandy just said. Sandy lives in Alaska, where, as we know, there's lots of salmon there. And she said, looks so thin that it could probably get between the salmon meat and the skin without a problem.
Nice.
So really smart use, Candy. I for sure think that it would do that. That is how razor thin it is. So I love that. Although I do love the skin. Gotta say.
Yeah. Alaskan salmon. That's the jam. Like that's good stuff there. All right. Love it. And that brings us to our final product of the evening. This one I was so excited to get. Mine unfortunately just came today, so I haven't rolled out on it yet. I do think Marcy got to play with it. This is actually the #1 product in this week's launch week. They are crushing right now. It is called the Baxi. And this thing, hopefully, Marcy's going to tell us that it makes her back feel like $1 million when you roll on this. I mean, this, I will say, I opened it. I played around with it. I watched the instructional video. This is very, very high quality. I'm like excited to jump on this. This isn't a foam roller. This isn't, a cheap little back, thing that you get from the store. This is really nice. And I do think you were telling me before we went live that you had a chance to kind of play with it a little bit. But for those of us with some lower back pain, this thing might be a game changer.
Yeah. I'm starting to think, Greg, that you're picking these products because you're tired of hearing about my back pains because you're giving me so many great solutions. And every time I see one come up on a new product launch, I'm like, oh God, we got to get that. And so this was one that, as you can imagine, I know you guys are tired of hearing me talk about it, but boy, I'm having trouble with my low back. So again, could not have come at a better time. I'm loving trying all of these different back innovations out. This one I was particularly looking forward to because it really is all about that low back. It's about the SI joint, the sacroiliac joint. And for those who don't know what that is, you probably don't have back problems yet. But what it is basically the joint that connects the back to the pelvis, to the pelvic bone. And it's a very important joint. And most people that have back issues, it somehow relates directly or indirectly to that SI joint. And to my knowledge, there's never been a product developed to loosen that tightness that can happen with your SI joint. This was developed by a physical therapist, a very well-known, very fun. I watched a couple videos with him that were a lot of fun. I don't know if he's in the chat. I was praying he is, because maybe he'll jump in, but because I have some questions and I think it's so smart. But what I know is that people that go to him for physical therapy think he is just the bomb, and evidently his hands work magic because he knows how to do that massage and that sort of manipulation is not the right word, but the adjustments, not chiropractic, but to get in there and open up that SI joint and loosen it. And what happens when you loosen that SI joint is kind of miraculous. And so what he's done basically with this is he's sort of almost recreated his hand. So this is almost like his hand. And depending on whether, for me, it's my right side, but it could be your left. So obviously you're going to turn it this way or this way. You're just going to lay down on it. And he has a video that shows you exactly how to find your SI joint. So you know right where it is. And so he makes it very, foolproof. Really can't mess it up. And you put this right in that joint, and then he gives you 4 simple exercises to do once it's right there. And so you're basically going to start by just having your feet flat, and you're going to sit there for X amount of seconds. I think he suggests like 20 to 30 seconds for that. Then you're going to bend your knees and still keep it there. And that's position number 2. Then you're going to take your knee and open it out. That was the game changer for me, was the opening it out. That really loosened it up for me. That video that you just saw with him jumping, they say that opening up and loosening that SI joint can really improve your explosive ability. So your ability to jump. And so he, after using Baxi, was able to jump 5 more inches in height. And if you go on and read reviews on Baxi, you will be blown away at the number of people that said, I've been in physical therapy for so many years, nothing would work. I tried Baxi and it was the game changer. So I couldn't have been more excited to receive this. You're seeing that there are 2 different pads. So it comes with the green pad affixed attached to it. You can very simply change it out to the blue pad. And if you do decide to change it out, what you're basically doing is just getting a firmer touch. So basically this one is just a little more gel-like, and the other one is just a little bit firmer. I'm going to stick with this one for a while. This one feels perfect for me. Just got to start using it a couple days ago, but super hopeful because I did go through all 4 of the exercises. I did follow his video to position it perfectly, and I felt tremendous relief for an extended period of time that I have not felt during this back issue. And so I can imagine using it every day, maybe even a couple times a day. It's really going to make a difference. And for me, someone that travels, I'm always on the go at the office. It's so little that I can just, do I have the little pouch? Oh, here it is. Comes with this pouch. So it's just in my purse at all times. And so I can just pull it out in my office, lay down here on the floor and do it. And it's got, here's that second attachment that just very easily attaches. Again, this one's a little more firm than the other one. So this is his hand basically in there giving you that massage to release that SI joint. Very, very smart.
Very smart, very cool product. Like I said, #1 on Grommet this week, 271 upvotes and climbing and counting. Huge Grommet discounts. One of those, you know, again, at this price point, $100 basically retail, $99.99. 20% discount gets it to $80. And look, that's like what, one chiropractic appointment, and you get to keep this thing at one PT, you know, even with like a copay or something, you know.
That's what I was just going to say. No. I wish it was $80 for one PT appointment. God.
Right.
Yeah. They're more like $2 to $250 nowadays, which I can't believe. So when I thought best money you could ever spend, $80 on this.
Yeah.
Love
this product. So many people out there are hurting. Give this a try. Baxi, you are doing incredible. Thank you so much for being a part of Grommet Live today and closing out the show. Love this product. It is time for our final giveaway of the day. And I guess that means I get to give away a product now. And so in the chat, wherever you're watching this, if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook or on LinkedIn, we're all over the place tonight. We're on Marcy's accounts, we're on Grommet accounts. Wherever you are watching this one tonight, drop a comment right now with which one of the products you would like to win tonight. That not only tells us and the makers which products you really fell in love with, but it also, you know, helps to boost the show, get it out to more people so these makers can see, you know, even more shoppers checking out their stuff, which we love. Sherry says, can you guess that I want the Baxi? And so you ask and you shall receive. Well, I don't know if you'll receive it, but the crowd will receive. That is the one I'm going to give away, is the Baxi. I know so many people dealing with back issues, as you know, as we're starting to get a little older. Like I like my whole life, I'm like, back pain, that's for old people. And now I'm like, oh, I have back pain like every other day. So I love all the cool back pain stuff that we get, and I can't wait to try this. So I want one of you guys to try it as well. Ileana says the back one as well. So you guys are in luck. Marcy, do you have, drum roll please, the winner of the Baxi tonight?
I do. And I know this person. I don't know if she has back issues, but if she doesn't, I'm sure she can give it to someone that I think she knows, who is Sherry, because we know that Sherry has SI joint issues and she wants one. But the winner of the Baxi tonight is Suzanne Fontaine. So if Suzanne, if you are here or if you're not, congratulations. This is a game changer. I know it's going to, change the game in one time for me. So I'm excited for you to get it and to share it with somebody else that might have a back issue if you don't. So congrats.
Congratulations. Amazing. Guys, make sure you head on over to thegrommet.com. You can see not only the 7 products that we did tonight, but more than 900 products that have launched on Grommet that are all looking to be discovered by amazing shoppers like you to live a little bit better. I know we are back next Wednesday, but you also have some a really cool show coming up. I think it's like tell everybody some of the cool stuff that you are that you're doing as well.
Yeah, we have coming up college dorm essentials. It's actually the ultimate college dorm checklist. But I almost hesitated to call it that because really, to me, the products that we're featuring are for anybody that has small space issues. So if you live in an apartment or shared space or smaller bedroom or anything, it's about being, really clever organizing solution and things that just make it easier to live in a small space. So I think it's a great show for anyone and everyone, but it is that time of the year. In fact, I am packing my daughter up and taking her to college in just 2 short weeks. So I know everybody is, kind of clamoring to find those great dorm products that are going to make their first year at college so much easier. So I was really excited to be able to do this show. So I hope you guys join me for that. And that is coming up next Thursday. So what's tonight? A week from tomorrow night. And so same time, 6:00 West Coast, 9:00 East Coast. One other thing I want to mention, we haven't even dropped the date yet, but I'm mentioning it because I'm so excited about it. And because those who are on, I would love for you to chime in and let me know what your favorites are on Grommet. But we are going to be doing a live shopping show called Getting Gorgeous with Grommet. And I reached out to Greg and I'm like, God, there's so many good beauty products on because I get to try them. And I'm like, oh, I want to tell people about this and this. So, Greg, I might kick you off of that show, although
all good.
you
No
really
feelings hurt. Hey, although I use the eye ones all the time, and
Me too.
and Live Fresh, like the toothpaste, like love it.
Yep.
Like there's a lot that and then my wife doesn't complain when new boxes show up at the house. So
I'm sure she's in heaven.
I love that. That's such a cool idea for a show. I know we're launching like 7 or 8 new beauty products in the next like 2-3 weeks as well. So I'll have to tune you into those. But yeah, that's a cool name. I like that.
Right? So I'm so excited about that. So ladies or men, if there is a product on Grommet that you love that is somehow beauty related, it could be teeth, it could be anything. I want to hear about it. I want to know what you're loving so that, and whether you chime in the chat or you DM me or go to my website and reach me that way, let me know because I'm in the midst of picking those items right now. I've already picked several of them, but it's a ton of fun doing it. And I'd love to hear from you guys too.
Yeah, so cool. Love it. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight, Wednesday night, Grommet Live. Find us always on Grommet's Facebook page, YouTube channel, LinkedIn, as well as Marcy's Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn as well. We are having a blast doing this, and we will have, another 6, 7, 8 products for you next Wednesday. And then Thursday night, I love the Tiny Spaces show, right? Apartments, dorms, tiny homes, whatever you got. Marcy's going to have something covered for you guys.